Hey guys, I have had some questions about embossing text and what the best way to go about doing that is, so I figured I'd make a quick video and show you a couple different options. So as you can see, I'm starting out with a 3D object and I'm going to emboss some text on the side of it. So I need to start a new sketch, go onto any face where you want your text, all right? And then I'm going to go here to text and I'm just going to put in a little text window and type in, I'll put in my name just for the sake of it. All right, I go ahead and click OK, and it's going to just give me an outline of the text that I wanted to emboss. Now, one of the questions I've been asked recently is how to rotate or change the directionality of that text. And you're going to be using this tool right here called Rotate. So all you have to do there is click on Rotate. You're going to get another dialog box. First, you need to select what it is you want to rotate, and then you need to select a center point for position to rotate on. So I'm going to put it kind of right in the middle of my text box. At that point in time, I can manually spin it to realign it however it is I want it. Or you also notice over here in the text box, I have a specific angle and I could type in an angle if I knew I wanted to rotate it, say 90 degrees. Um, I'm already done, so I'm just going to go ahead and click done. And now my text has been rotated to the position that I want. I'm going to finish the sketch. And again, it's still just text. Now what I want to do is I want to emboss it, which means I want to have it either come out or go into the surface of my box. So when I 3D print it, I'll be able to see it. To do that, we're going to be using the Emboss tool. This is again in 3D model mode and under the Create tab. So I'm going to click Emboss. I'm going to choose the words that I want to emboss. I'm going to decide using these selection options, do I want to emboss from the face? Do I want to engrave into the face? Do I want to wrap it to the face, which we'll talk about in a minute? And then again, how deep I want. So just for the sake of simplicity, so you guys can see it, I'm going to make it 0.2 and I'm going to engrave it. If I rotate this a little bit, you guys can see that the arrow, is pointing. The red means it's in a negative direction. And I'm going to click OK. And it's going to think. And now you can see if I scroll in here, my text has been engraved into the side of my object. I hope that's been helpful. Okay guys, here is another embossing and engraving tip for you. Let's say you wish to put embossing or engraving on a non-flat surface. How do we do this? So we're going to start out with our handy dandy cylinder. And the first thing I am going to do is put a plane on the actual surface edge of my cylinder. So I'm going to go to plane and I'm going to choose tangent to a surface parallel to a plane. What this means is I'm going to put a plane parallel to the center plane that this whole cylinder was built on, but on the edge right here. So let's do that again. Parallel to a plane. So I'm going to go over to my origin, and if I just run my mouse down along my browser bar, I can see these various axes and planes. I want mine to be parallel to my XY plane, my YZ plane, and then I'm going to click the surface of the cylinder and it's going to snap that plane right there. So I can work right on that plane. Now that we have our plane, we're going to go ahead and start a new 2D sketch on that plane. That'll take us into 2D mode. And again, we are going to put a text box, and I'm going to call this, or put in the text wrapping text, and click OK. Again, it is changed to running up and down the screen. It's not the orientation I want, so I'm going to use rotate, click on my text, select a point in which to rotate it on, and I'm going to put it down here, and then just rotate my text and click done. Now I'm going to finish the sketch. That takes us back into 3D mode, and I'm going to go ahead and emboss again. I'm going to choose my text. I would still like to engrave, so I'm going to make it engrave, and then here's where it gets a little bit different. I'm going to choose wrap to face. I have to click on this option for face, and then I have to actually click the side of my object that I want to wrap it to. And when I hit OK, it thinks for a second. Now let me rotate this back up. And now there we have it. Our text is wrapped and engraved into our face. You can make this work plane disappear on your browser bar. If you right click on it and turn off visibility, that'll go away, so it makes it a little bit easier to see. There you go. There's how to wrap text onto a cylinder or any other rounded object. I hope this was helpful.